What's up, guys? It's DGM Slayer, and we're here for a special video. It's gonna take a lot of editing. I'm gonna let you guys meet my editor, Kegman.
Hi, what's up, everyone? I'm Kegman. Nice to meet you.
So, in this review video, we're gonna be working on talking more about Final Fantasy 16. I know it's been a while since I did a part 1 and then a part 2 of the review, but we're basically gonna have a more edited version of it, so y'all can have clarification of what we're doing. We're going to be covering 3 different games in this video. One of them just had its freaking announcement trailer that surprised us both.
Yeah.
And we're going to clip in some stuff from what the developer said in an article or two. And that game specifically is going to be the last video. Please stay tuned for that one. As it was highly unexpected. We were definitely expecting a Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, we most certainly were.
But that game? No, we're not anticipating that.
It's definitely not. We definitely weren't. We weren't expecting this at all.
No, not even a little bit. We're going to get started with the review. This is going to be more of a discussion and what we think this game could end up going towards. So we both seen the trailer for Final Fantasy 16. We both went over my first 2 videos. I covered a lot of what has been released, and there isn't going to be much information on Final Fantasy 16 until it's released, sadly. What the developer had stated in one of the interviews was that he wasn't going to release anything at all unless it was set down, ready to go. He doesn't want the game to be promised anything, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to promise anything that could end up changing, so that's all we're getting is a trailer and the character backgrounds because that's all he can really give. As gameplay tends to change, the way you want to approach things tends to change, that's how game development works.
Yes. So, other than Final Fantasy 16, we're also going to be coming the very recently released Tales of Arise, which that's a game I'm personally excited for.
It looked really good. I played a couple of the Tales games. For instance, Tales of Bezalia was actually really good and freaking hilarious. So it's very piratey, kind of, because you're on a ship and you're pirates in a way. Okay, I don't care what people say. You're a pirate. Okay, and you play as the main protagonist, which is a female, and to say the least, she's a badass. She went through hell. To sum it up, she went through hell in her childhood, and now she's trying to take vengeance on someone who killed someone close to her. I'm not going to spoil it, he hasn't played it, but it is a good game, definitely check it out.
Yeah, I actually haven't played any of the Tales game. I actually was introduced with Tales of Arise, and I played the demo, which was, that we'll cover more about that later on in the video, but it was really good.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be real good from the announcement trailer. It wasn't too long after the announcement trailer the game got a launch trailer and released either.
No, it really wasn't, because apparently, before we get into it, they said that they were working on it long before the official trailer.
That's good. That's good. That's what you want. You don't want to make any promises.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump into Final Fantasy 16. This part is going to be very short, as in I've kind of already covered it all. If you want to check out those videos, I'll put a little tag thingy in the top right corner. Go check out those 2 videos. They basically describe my reaction to the announcement trailer. And it also goes into detail on theories, the questions that end up getting answered, and how there's still questions that are left unanswered. Because there are still things in that trailer that don't make a whole lot of sense yet. For instance, for Final Fantasy 16 specifically, in the trailer that we watched, it says the crystals that have been in every single game going all the way back, they've always been a crystal of some sort. I think the first game may be the only exception, but even then, the Crystal of Light is what empowers that warrior. We've seen crossover in the Dissidia numerous times, which is funny because he really doesn't pop up at all. Because I played halfway through the first game and there was no sign of that warrior. I think the warrior, the good warrior, is just an implementation of what you were.
That sounds interesting.
Which is the guidance of light versus the guidance of darkness. That's the basis of the first game. But in the trailer, it legit states that we've been chasing the crystals for long enough and it ends now. And my theory behind that, as I discussed in the second video and in the trailer reaction, is that it could legit just mean this is the last Final Fantasy game we're getting. That has to do with crystals and all this other stuff. So it's possible they're going to take, after 16, they're going to take this in a completely different direction. Which is worrying, but also exciting.
Yeah, it sounds like it really would be, especially for Final Fantasy fans.
Yeah.
I've only played one Final Fantasy game before, and I don't even remember the title or which one it was. But it was one of those old. It was back whenever they first started doing 3D. That it was still one of those turn-based RPGs that I played.
Turn-based RPGs have been around for a while. Final Fantasy, it can be argued, but it was one of the defining series that started up turn-based RPGs.
Yeah.
Persona was actually influenced by Final Fantasy when it came to turn-based.
Really?
I will say this though, if you're gonna start with any Persona game, start with 3. 3 is kind of the best you're gonna get, and then 4 is perfect, and 5 implements it beautifully. Don't play 1. 2's okay, but don't play 1. Don't start off with the first game, as you will be so lost. It's worse than Final Fantasy. It's like Final Fantasy on crack. When you're trying to find the objective and they give you no guidance whatsoever. They're like, go here. Where's here? And you'll go around the entire damn freaking map in every section of the city and still not find the fucking thing.
Damn.
Don't start there.
Damn.
Unless you're a complete masochist like myself, of course. Now, going on to Final Fantasy 16, this is the first game in a good minute that we've actually been in the medieval era. Because even 10, hell, 7 had it. From 7 going forward, there was a lot of futuristic aspects going all the way back. With 7, and then it just exploded and got worse. Final Fantasy 13 was great, but the amount of futuristic crap that was in it didn't dignify that game at all. And the sad is, there was 3 parts of Final Fantasy 13, and Lightning Returns was the only decent one. I played through most of the first Final Fantasy 13, and once again, unless you're a masochist, don't fucking touch it, because you will blow your head off, because it makes no damn sense sometimes. Just like Final Fantasy 7, they throw you right into a boss battle with no clue on how to freaking fight, and it's freaking insane, okay? Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. But on Final Fantasy 16, it's actually taking place in the medieval era. They went back to their roots from the first 6 games, and I find that great. 14, I guess, can be considered a medieval era too, but I haven't actually played 14 to the extent of everyone else has. The best I have was I got that you can get to level 30, and then you have to pay the rest of the way there. And you get 1 arc you get to play. I think it's the Heaven's Sword or whatever it's called. But all in all, this is pretty exciting to see that we're back in the medieval era, because that means we got swords, we have normal stuff that makes sense and that's supposed to be in these games.
Yes.
And it's pretty exciting to see where that's going to go forward. I understand they're not giving up a lot of stuff. All we got was an announcement trailer, and that's pretty much it besides a few details. And I'm going to go over some more here right now. For instance, they released the 3 main protagonists in this game. And the main protagonist's name is Clive. And he's the firstborn son of the Archduke of Rosaria. Though all expected him to inherit the Phoenix Flames and awaken as its dominant. That bright light is blinding me.
I know.
Destiny instead chose his younger brother Joshua to bear this burden. In search of his role of his own, Clive dedicated himself for mastering the blade. That's smart.
Yeah.
His practice pays off when, just 15 years ago, he wins the ducal tournament and is dubbed the first shoot of Rosaria. Taxed to guard the Phoenix and blessed with the ability to wield a part of its fire, Alas Clive's promising career is to end tragedy at the hands of a mysterious dark and Ekan Ifrit, setting him on a dangerous road to revenge. Now, I'm going to combine what we've seen in the trailer to what this is stating. So, in the trailer, he mentions several times he wants to severely kill someone.
Yeah.
And while he's saying this, it goes from what before and then after everything went to shit.
Yeah.
Longer hair, beard, the entire 9.
Yeah.
And in the trailer also shows, I think, Joshua died. It looked like it was dying. Joshua also seen some shit, and I think he transformed into something crazy.
It's also possible that Joshua could have turned into Ifrit, because in the trailer, that fiery astral, it's possible that could have been Ifrit. either manifested or Joshua could have turned into Ifrit because of trauma, because of what he just saw.
Enveloping almost a demon power. What sucks is if Clive's main ambition is to kill someone, what if it is his brother?
Yeah, that's something I'm very interested in knowing.
At the same time, you go move on to the girl side of things. The girl that appears in the white dress is Jill, and my theory behind this is that she is Shiva. And at the very beginning of the trailer, Clive is hunting down Shiva.
Yeah.
And it really sucks, but there's almost a lot of hints that she could be it. And that would be sad to have to kill your childhood friend because he's a warrior, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And past Final Fantasy games, especially 15, she was actually the person who saves you numerous times.
Ish.
You never can really summon Shiva, but Shiva does save you numerous times. She helps you on your way to Niflheim several times to get what needs to be done. There's also several other, Titans and all this other stuff that you get to summon. Like there's this big wizard thing that drops a freaking staff and electricity everywhere. It's freaking crazy.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, and then the guy in the trailer that Shiva is fighting, that big Titan, you actually summon that guy. He throws a giant fucking rock at you.
Huh.
And kills everything around you except you.
Damn.
Your friends, yeah. It's a real good game. I'm gonna try to do a playthrough of that.
Did they turn friendly fire off for that? What if he accidentally hurls the boulder and it slams into one of your teammates and they're just fine? Did friendly fire get turned off?
Yeah, they're just fine.
Oh, well.
Guardian of the Ring, I guess.
Huh.
But on to Jill, born in the fallen Northern Territory, Jill was taken from her homeland at a tender age. Dude, that means she was young. To become a ward of Rosaria, securing peace between the two warring nations. How do you kidnap someone to cause peace?
That's,
Like, it worked out with Luna. Because in Final Fantasy 15, Luna was already at the age that she was going to become Oracle, okay? It makes sense to have the Oracle because Oracle is the sign of peace. She's not an Oracle.
Yeah, no.
So you kidnap someone to
who was less
peace.
less than 5 years old? A tender age. That's pretty young.
Yeah, it's
almost toddler.
Yeah. How does that cause peace? If anything, that would cause mayhem. Because
Yeah.
you kidnap a child. But
exactly.
I digress. The Archduke insisted that she be raised alongside his sons, and now at 12 years of age, she's much a part of Rosefield household as Clive and Joshua are ever kind, gracious, and unassuming. Jill has become trusted and confident to the brothers. Well, she ends up being Shiva. Yeah. Turns into Shiva and she'll fucking destroy everyone.
Yeah.
And 15, Shiva doesn't only in charge of Crystal, she can make the worst blizzard happen to mankind.
Really?
Cause a blizzard, everything turns to ice.
Shit. That sounds pretty cool.
Shiva has a reign of freezing shit that she doesn't like. Like, it's insane. And it's hard to describe Shiva because I've only ever seen Shiva in 15. Really? She didn't really appear in 13. Although Thor appeared in 13. That was someone you can summon Thor on a horse. We're not going to talk about that weirdness.
Yeah, I picture it and yeah, it sounds pretty freaking weird.
Although in a way it makes sense because Lightning, the star for the first and the third game, is as she says, she commands lightning.
Huh.
And it would make sense in that regard. I didn't get that far because, dude, that second boss battle, I don't want to talk about it. I've thrown my controller across from so many times.
That bad?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Shit.
If you want to try out Final Fantasy 13 and you have an Xbox, it's on Game Pass. It really is. Just the first chapter, which is weird. Why not have all... We're not getting that weirdness either, but Final Fantasy 13, the original, is on Game Pass as an Xbox 360 game. I recommend it. It's also on Steam, all 3 parts. If you want to go create a masochist fest and if you like pain, go for it. Moving on to Joshua, the younger brother, the second of the Archduke of Rosary and Clive's younger brother by 5 years, Joshua awoke as a dominant of the Phoenix soon after his birth. I guess he has that weird diamond on his hand because of that.
Yeah.
Despite his noble upbringing, Joshua treats all his father's subjects with warmth and affection. None more so than Clive, whom deeply admires Joshua. Joshua often laments that it was he, the frail and bookish younger son, who was granted command of the Firebird's flames, and not a braver brother. While Clive would gladly throw himself into any danger, Joshua quails at the sight of a carrot on his dinner plate.
Wait, what? Quails at the sight of a carrot.
So what I'm hearing is Joshua, the innocent one, got the powers of the Phoenix, and the brother, who's stronger, did not.
Yeah.
He gets scared of a carrot. What?
Okay.
How, in what way do you get scared of a carrot? It's a food. Whatever. Anyways. What? But carrots become the least of his concern when he too is swept up into a tragic event that changed Clive's life forever. Going on to that scene where that dude's throat got slit in front of Joshua.
Yeah. It was either his throat got slit, or with the way the blood spattered on his face, could have just straight up lobbed off his head.
Possible.
It is.
We won't know until the game's released. It actually comes out next year.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
They're looking at like a June or July release. It is a PS5 exclusive. I'm working my ass off to get a PS5, so I'll be able to bring Final Fantasy 16 and so many of these other games to you in better quality, better recording. And
yeah. And I'm assuming this tragic event they're talking about. I'm pretty sure that just talks about what we're going back to with the trailer. Which whenever the Phoenix comes down and that giant monster shows up, which is assumedly Ifrit, or the demon is Ifrit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we're going back to Ifrit, I'm not sure exactly, but in certain mythologies, Ifrit is I think it's an evil spirit, like an evil flame spirit that just kills everything. I'm gonna have to do more research on it.
That would explain that weird thing. It has very similarities to this car video I just did where he popped out of nowhere, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't know a whole lot about Ifrit, as this is the first time it's probably ever popped up in a Final Fantasy game.
But I've heard of Ifrit before. I've played other games, and Ifrit was mentioned as just something fire, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's a game, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I remember somewhere in there they were talking about Ifrit whenever they're talking about this big fire demon thing. It's not Ifrit, but it's somehow related to Ifrit.
Yep. I played a little bit of Song of Sacrifice on my PC. Could not run it shit as the graphics. I swear to God, will restore your laptop.
Huh.
Dude, the graphics were kicking its ass. I had to lower it by I had to make it look like a PS1 game for it to run.
Really? That bad, huh?
Square Enix way overdid it right there.
I played Senua's Sacrifice on my Xbox, which I'm personally an Xbox gamer.
Yeah.
That's something me and you are gonna butt heads about a lot on our channels.
It'd be fine, because that means one of us can cover the PS5 exclusives and the other can cover the Xbox.
Yeah.
I
mean, whenever it comes to Xbox, they don't get many exclusive games. Whenever it is, it's always something
we've already seen. Like, we're getting a new Halo game, and honestly, I've been out of Halo since Reach. I can't keep...
Yeah. I don't think you can even get Halo on PlayStation, can you? I'm pretty sure it's just PC and Xbox.
It's Xbox exclusive. Just like State of Decay and Fable. Mm-hmm. Well, and those two are actually highly anticipated for me. We're not going to cover that in this review video, but State of Decay 3 has a lot of theories behind it, and I would love to explore these theories in possibly the next one. And along with Fable, which has a lot going on for it. Like, for instance, a fairy being eaten by a frog.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Fairy eaten by a frog.
Yeah. Little tiny bears. Boop. Frog eats it.
Damn. Alrighty, so is that about all we want to cover for Final Fantasy? Is there anything else you have to comment about that?
That's looking hella anticipated, and I can't wait to try it. Yeah.
Huh. I can't wait to see what it's gonna be about.
Yeah. On the Tales of Arise, what's your take on it?
I find Tales of Arise. I find it's gonna be a really good game. The characters are gonna be interesting because first off we have Alphen. Okay. One of two main protagonists in the Tales of Arise game. He is Donin. I don't know if I butchered that or not. He's a Donin man who lost his memories and compatibility to the feel of pain.
So he enjoys inflicting pain?
No. From what it seems, as stated, he's lost all his memories. So he must have been in some sort of an accident that caused him to just forget everything. And because of that accident, he can no longer feel any pain. Which is probably how he can wield that fiery sword we see in the trailer. The one he pulls out from Shione. Yeah. In his history, it says, a year prior to beginning of the game, he first woke up without any memory or pain. The first person who found him, Doc, gave him the name Iron Mask as a means to remind him of his real name.
Iron Mask. That would explain the mask on his face.
Yeah.
But why would you nickname someone based off of how they look?
Well, it says as to remind him of his real name. Maybe his name could mean the Iron Mask.
Huh. Interesting.
It's very possible. And from what we see, Alphen actually, he fights with two swords. The flaming sword he pulls, or seemingly pulls from Shione, and he's got a normal sword that he fights with.
I see.
Which actually, that creates a lot of interesting, play styles with it, because on a special ability of his, that flaming sword just destroys the ground around it, turning it into ash on the battlefield. Because I played the demo, and it destroys everything.
My question is, how are you able to take a sword out of somebody?
I don't know exactly.
Like, there's some resemblance to that in what happened in Fate, but that was a Holy Grail sword that was held by Saber in Fate Zero. And this sword combined with a very specific person would create something powerful called the Holy Grail. And this Holy Grail was powerful. It shaped the entire world. It leaked blood. Hot, steamy blood that demolished everything.
Wow.
And ended up killing thousands.
Wow. That's pretty interesting.
It's pretty fucking gruesome too. That scene was fucking horrifying. Yes.
Huh. Well, but overall, Alphen looks like he's gonna be an interesting character to play as.
Yeah.
Okay, well, apart from Alphen, we also have Shione. I don't know how to pronounce the rest of her name. But Shione is the other main protagonist of Tales of Arise. She is a Renan woman who brings the curse of thorns to whoever touches her. What do you think that could
able
be?
to touch her. I see a love thing going on right there.
Oh, shit. It's
Shionen Vimir
Vimir Emir
Staymore?
Staymore.
Yeah. I guess that'd be the way to say that.
I
Definitely
don't
isn't
know.
Yeah.
And as for that, we don't actually have any history on her, apart from this small little description they have right here.
Yes, it
Everything.
saves face. Maybe you find out a lot about her past in the game.
That is very much possible. But when it comes to her fighting style, she fights with a gun, a specialized gun. That when she wants it to, she can pull it from a separate space, as well as the ammo. Crap, I dropped the mouse. Might have to cut that or not. We will see.
This gun. I didn't see much of the gun if I remember correctly in the trailer.
Yeah, in the trailer it shows her. She just whips out the gun like this, and then she spreads out a bunch of ammo before going into a super powerful attack where she just sprays a hailstorm of bullets in front of her.
Fuck.
And another thing about her is what's not very noticed is it seems like she has these discs in this special space as well. That in one of her attacks, she throws it in the air, and when she shoots it, it creates a lightning field, keeping the enemy in place and stunning them, making them unable to do anything.
Fuck.
It's some powerful stuff, especially in very large fights. Because in the demo, whenever you're fighting, she'll randomly pull out that move and give you that extra edge, especially when the enemy is about to stun you.
Huh.
It's a very powerful attack. It doesn't do much damage though, but that stun, it stuns them for like 5 seconds. It stuns them and keeps them blocked, and all they can do is like seize out.
And she's one of the characters you can outright just play as through the entire game.
It just says she's one of the new main protagonists. In the demo, you're able to play as one of 6.
So you can just pick them and play as just them.
I'm not entirely sure if the demo is going to be anything like the real game, but if it is, you can outright play as her, and you'll find out her story. At least that's what I'm hoping. Because seeing how all this works, you know, how she comes into all this equipment, it's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Alrighty, so next up we have Law, who during the demo I played as him for a little bit, which he's really interesting. Says Law is his bio says Law is a playable character in Tales of Arise. While he is a young Donan man from Calagia. He is an active member of Rena's police organization called the Bureau of Observation, tasked with apprehending descendants. He intentionally confronts Alphen and the others while they arrive in Caslodia.
Yeah.
Or Cyclodia. So basically, this guy's an officer.
I'm guessing his attacks, from looking at this character, he's hand-to-hand.
Yes, he
fighter.
actually is. He fights hand-to-hand combat, and he can actually punch and kick so fast it ignites the air.
Fuck.
And he actually has a passive all characters have a passive. I'm not sure what the others are, but it's so unique because the more he punches and kicks the enemy without his combo breaking or without being moved around by the opponent, he actually gains more power with every hit. So if you keep wailing on the enemy and whatnot, eventually you can become so powerful you'll just instantly like 3-shot something. As long as your combo stays up.
This boy's only 16.
Huh, yeah.
Dang.
So
far we've seen a 18 and a 19-year-old. Now we have a 16-year-old.
Yeah. He's young and he's powerful.
Fuck.
So, next up we have... where is it?
Bottom 2.
We have Rinwell.
I just found my lolly. So, she's 14.
Oh, shit. Okay, so it's in her bio. It states, Rinwell is a playable character in Tales of Arise. She is a young Donan woman who, despite her Donan blood, is able to use astral arts. Which, from what I gathered from all the trailers and whatnot, Donans aren't actually able to use magic. And it's weird because she is the only Donan who can use magic. The only one. She fights with a special spell tome.
So she's gonna be the mage of the group.
Yes, she is. She can cast healing arts and several long range attacks. Her shorter ranged attacks, they actually they do more damage but they're slower to cast. And her healing magic, during the demo, what she did was she placed a circle on the ground. If you stayed in that, you were at full health no matter what. Even if the enemies were wailing on you, you were at full health.
That's pretty handy.
Yeah, it is.
That comes real handy in like a boss battle of some sort.
Yes.
What is that little pink thingy?
The little pink thing?
It's a little pink thing.
That's her little companion. I forget its name.
She's a little companion. That's adorable.
Yeah. And she actually had a run-in with Law in her past. He was sent to apprehend some people when she stepped in. She casted some magic, and then she was ordered. Law was ordered to capture her. But for some reason, instead of capturing her, he ran with her.
Interesting.
Yeah, and thus making Law a bit of a fugitive.
It's ironic considering his name is Law.
Yeah. Well, looks like he's breaking the law. Pun intended.
I got a favorite character name.
Renwell.
Lollies forever!
You and your damn lollies. So, next up, we have Donaline. Donaline Milquaris.
Well, I'm pretty sure I spelled that correctly.
Yeah. In his bio it reads, Donaline is a playable character in Tales of Arise. He's a Renan man who shows friendship towards Donna. He is well versed in all kinds of arts, including music, poetry, and antiques.
What? So, is this dude gonna be like the bard then? Like, if we're using D&D terms, because music can't really be used for fighting
to the. I don't know. That's
No,
really interesting.
actually, in fighting, he uses a staff. He uses a staff and counters a lot of enemy attacks. He has a lot of stun abilities, I'm pretty sure. He's one of those people they talk like they're religious. Like he's a bit of a sweet talker. And he sounds like he's a very religious kind of character, in all honesty. He's really weird. Because whenever he's talking, people are quick to interpret what he's going to say as something else. Like, I remember during the demo, okay? Now, I found this absolutely hilarious. Whenever in the demo they show the rest mechanic, which you can find a campfire, you can rest, and during that you're allowed to cook. You can cook special foods as long as you have the ingredients. If you cook the foods with a certain character, I'm pretty sure it's the first time you cook it. Okay, I was cooking a roast chicken. Okay, now this is Alfin's specialty. Okay, when you cook it with Alfin, you get a plus 15% add to damage. But during the cutscene, okay, apparently there's smoke everywhere because the cutscene's in a comic book style fashion. There's smoke everywhere, and people are coughing and gagging, and they think it's some sort of toxic gas. They think it's an attack from the enemy. Then, in all Donald, what happens is he's trying to tell everyone, okay? He goes, don't worry, I don't think this is an enemy attack or something like that. And he goes, it's just Alfin, and everyone just cuts him off, and they're like, wait, they're attacking Alfin. Lost chimes in, he's like, those bastards. It was very hilarious for them to all jump to conclusion to think that it's some sort of toxic gas, and then I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing, but what happens is he's like, well, if you will just listen to me, Alfin is cooking. Then it cuts to Alfin. He's cooking, and he's like adding more spice. He's like, is this enough spice? Wait, no, add more spice and whatnot. He loves spice, apparently. And apparently he's added so much that it's burning all their throats from breathing in the smoke. And what I'm wondering is, how the hell did they not see this fucker cooking? God damn that mouse! It's how did they not see him cooking? He's just okay, add more spice. Is that enough spice or should I add more? Yes, definitely add more spice. It was hilarious. And then they go talking to the laws like, now I see why your food is so spicy. Then Donald's like, yes, it's not right for us to change how he cooks, because they're all like telling him maybe he should take it easy on the spice. He's like, we shouldn't criticize how he cooks because that's the way he likes it. It was just hilarious. I about died laughing like I did just now. But he's, whenever it comes to him, everyone is quick to cut him off. And they're trying to predict what he's gonna say. It was ridiculous. And we have one more character. Her name is Kisara. Fuck, I can't get that scene out of my head now. So Kisara's bio reads Kisara is a playable character in Tales of Arise. She is a Donan soldier who serves she serves Donaline.
Music Man, got it.
Yeah, he serves him. She's one of the strongest in the Donan army. She is highly regarded as a renowned soldier. She fights with a heavy mace and a tower shield. Her play style is unique because her shield, it makes her almost indestructible. And whenever it comes to changing out her equipment, you can't actually change out her mace. You change out her shield.
So the shield just can become more and more powerful.
Yeah, pretty much. And if eventually, from what I see, is you can find shield so powerful she will not lose a single health point of damage. And she can hit pretty hard too.
Damn.
I actually don't know very much about her. Because whenever it came to gameplay, I didn't really play as her. I mostly played as Law. But she's very hard to kill.
That long freaking shield, yeah, I bet she is.
Yeah, that shield, when she holds it up, it goes over her head, and all that's left is her feet. And she doesn't even have to hold that shit at chest level. She can hold it towards her stomach and keep it closer.
Well, don't piss her off.
Yeah, you really shouldn't.
You will not win that fight.
And whenever it comes to that little cooking trailer, that cooking thing I showed you, she was the very first one to jump to think it's an enemy attack. She's got a bit of a feisty personality. She's always rearing and ready to fight.
Fight oriented, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
this lolly that we were talking about earlier is anything like the lolly in Bezalia. That's gonna be interesting because that lolly was freaking dumb as fucking rocks. She'd be like, "Oh, we're being attacked. Let me run behind this rock." And you're just, what?
Yeah.
You're cooking and she'll just be like, "Smells like feet." What? It's fish. Smells like mama's feet. Okay.
Well,
Miss
that's
Lolly. And she was a jester, so she would purposely just piss off anyone she'd come across. Like, she walked up to the queen and pissed off so bad it caused an assault. Like, damn. Why? She walked up to the queen and she's like, "You can't touch me." She goes, "Why not?" "Because I'm underage." She goes, "Over here, we treat everyone like the same." And she goes, "Oh. Say that to that person." And you just come as the main character, just start swiping the fuck out of people. And she's like, "Ha! Attack my servant!" And the main protagonist looks at her and goes, "You want to fight too?" She goes, No. I'm okay.
Damn. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. She's actually 3 years younger than Donald.
Damn.
Yeah. Donaline's 28. She's 25.
Actually, she's got some older guys.
Yeah. Well, the two main characters are two of the youngest. Then you got Law, who's 16. And how old is Renwell?
14.
She's 14.
She young.
Yeah. It's weird to see how all these different ages, they just come together. Especially a 14-year-old.
I bet that 14-year-old's gonna kick some ass.
Oh yeah, she does. Trust me.
So what you got about gameplay?
Oh. Well, in the gameplay bio, it says, in field gameplay, you can obtain variety of items from chests. From chests, plants, and other objects of interest by expending CP, which are cure points. Okay, it's possible to perform various actions in the field that can yield rewards for the party. A new feature for the series is swimming, allowing characters to swim through shallow water. The player is able to perform jumps with the press of a button, allowing them for a variety of exploration, as well as puzzle solving and dungeons.
Bezalia, when it came to puzzles, was just the biggest backtracking thing ever. It was like RE2 on steroids.
Really?
You'd walk into a castle and it'll go, okay, you need this thing. Okay, you head all the way back to the beginning, grab this thing, come back. Okay, now you need this thing. Where is this thing? Somewhere up top, and now you gotta find a way up to the top. And you come back down, you open this door, and you go to the next door, and it goes, okay, you need these 2 items now.
Yeah. It sounds pretty annoying.
It can be, but the action makes up for it, and the weird skits that happen between fights is pretty hilarious, too.
Yeah, that sounds kind of
They were talking to this little boy about how women are crazy and to never get one, and the women go, hey, why are you filling this board with such terrible ideas? And then the guy looks at the little boy and goes, see what I'm talking about?
That's pretty funny. And another thing,
They were even talking about, periods on there. They were trying to describe this boy when a girl starts to bleed, you run. And the girls go, hey, don't tell him that. Teach him how to make cookies when we're there. And the guy looks at him and goes, run. No, you run.
You run the fuck the other way.
You just avoid any contact.
Yeah, if as we all know, if a woman's on her period, you run the fuck the other way.
You go to Vegas. You take your kids, you go to Vegas, you call it a
day. Yeah. Or call it about a week.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to return for another 10 days.
Yeah. When you come back and she's looking at you like, why did you leave? I don't know. Why is my PS5 smashed to pieces right now? Anything you explain about that?
Yeah. But,
where's my coffee, too?
Yeah, another thing, it's almost open world.
Uh-huh.
I say that because there are different areas you can explore.
Mm-hmm.
But to get to an area, you got to go through, say, a loading screen.
You go through these blue dots that are going to be at both ends of the map. Yep.
Yeah.
Every Tales game and older Final Fantasy games, this would just relate to 13 going backward. You would go through these blue dots, and you go through it, and it would load your screen up for the next portion of the map. Yeah, that's common in these games.
Shit, I'm getting tired.
Specifically in JRPGs for some reason.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of JRPGs have those dots where you have to go and hit a loading screen to get to the next one. Yep.
But it's not something you have to touch to get to another thing. Like, in the beginning of the demo, you start out in this open area. You've already got all the characters together. You go, in the first area you go to, you have to cross a bridge. Okay, so you run onto the bridge, and once you make it a certain distance across, then it brings you to the next zone.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to go back, you just do the same thing. You go a certain distance across the bridge, and you go back. And around the world, there are chests, because I don't think you can buy equipment.
That would be weird.
Because in the demo, each of the characters, they had a piece of equipment in a chest.
Mm-hmm.
Around there's, say, fucking Alphen, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You would go, you find this chest, and it would have a sword in it.
Mm-hmm.
You take that and give to Alphen, because he's the only one that wields a sword on the roster. Each of them has their own unique equipment in the chests that can only be equipped by them. And whenever you collect materials, there's actually a thing. You can make emblems, a thing called emblems.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do is whenever equipped, they give your characters like special stats. And there's different starred emblems. There's 2, 3, and 4 from what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
I crafted a 4-star emblem, and it gave 3 different effects. It gave a 15% to, frost resistance.
Mm-hmm.
It gave a 15% damage reduction, and it gave a 20% damage increase.
Dang.
I gave that to Law, and I'm telling you, he tore it up. He tore things up with that.
Dang.
And you can't. It's not like you can only just craft one of these emblems.
Mm-hmm.
You can craft, if you get all the materials, you can craft one for each. And if it's not just 4-star, I wonder what a 5-star emblem would look like.
Some very OP shit till you get better in the game, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah. But like in that one area, I was only able to craft one 4-star emblem, and the rest 3 stars.
It looked like in the gameplay trailer there was a new leveling mechanic that wasn't in any of the older games from what I could tell. They kind of have like a Final Fantasy X take on it when it comes to their skill tree.
Yeah.
They brought back their titles. That's always good. And Tales of Bezalia, you could select a title and it would like boost something that you have.
Yeah.
To get these titles, sometimes they would take a lot. Like travel like 10,000 miles in a boat, and you become what you get like a ship captain. You know, title that enables you to, when in ship battles, you have like a plus like 30 to damage or something like that.
Dang.
Yeah, 30%.
Oh shit.
That one was pretty OP, but there was not a lot of ship battles as a whole. So
yeah. But that, I think that about covers it for the field. Well, another thing is, in the field, you'll find your monsters in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Like there will be groups of monsters and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And these monsters, they'll move around and whatnot, but if you come across like 3 of them in one small spot, you'll fight those 3. But if one of them just so happens to wander off, you only fight 2 of them, or if you run to the other one, it's just that one.
It's very dynamic.
Yeah. It's, and another thing is, you can accidentally run into them. Like while you're gathering materials and whatnot, you can accidentally run into them and initiate the battle. I accidentally ran into like one of these boar things that they have. I don't remember what it was called. And it just so happened that it was 3 boars and 2 of these flying falcon-looking creatures. All in this small area because one of the falcons had split. That battle took me like 5 minutes to fight.
You were way overpowered for that fight.
No, they were higher level.
Well, fighting the fight doesn't sound like a lot compared to some other fights I've had in JRPGs where it lasted an hour and a freaking half.
Well, the battles, they feel faster than they really are. Is the thing. Like everything, it happens all so fast. Don't you dare fall again. I swear to God.
The mouse is trying to run away.
Yeah, he doesn't like the bullshit we're talking about.
Apparently. Moving on to Wolverine. This is the game that had a lot of people surprised. And for Wolverine, even with such a small trailer that we got, we weren't actually able to record the trailer in the making of this as we need to upgrade our equipment. Go check out my Patreon for that. It's in the top right of my channel. If you go to the page, it's right there. Right there. I'm sure my editor will add that in, as it shouldn't be that hard. In the Wolverine trailer, it's pretty dark-ish. It looks very gruesome.
Yeah.
It starts off with like a bunch of just dead guys all over a bar. And one guy somehow lived, and Wolverine's just sitting there drinking a nice cup of,
Cup of beer.
Yeah, just a cup of whatever that is. Looked like a shot. He's just like, fucking stupid shit. And he just hears this dude walk up, and it's just game over. It looks like.
All that happens is he I swear to God.
And
all he does is he clenches up his fist and his claws them out, and that's it. That's it for the trailer.
They just started development of Wolverine, and it showed in the description when I was looking up into it that these developers didn't even know they were going to do a Wolverine game.
Really?
It took the guys behind Miles Morales, that game, to walk up to, I guess it's called Marvel Games, behind Sony, and was able to secure Wolverine by pitching him a good idea. And this game is probably going to be a good 4 or 5 years out, but it's still a good anticipated game to look into as time goes on, as that looked bloody as all hell.
Yeah.
And I mean bloody.
Yeah,
like,
it looked gruesome.
It looked like Wolverine fucked some shit up in that trailer. He looked like he had been through hell too, because he had so many bruises up his arms.
His fingers and knuckles, they're bloody.
Yeah. Maybe that's how he cleans his blades. He shoots them back in with the blood just on his skin. That explains why they're so shiny.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that game is going to look very anticipated, and I can't wait to see what they do with it. As I enjoyed the hell out of the Spider-Man game in Miles Morales. I've played both, and the DLCs for the original Spider-Man game, and it was really freaking good. The ending to the Spider-Man game was way off of what comic books, Aunt May has never died in any of the comic books. And Insomniac made sure they did this to make people understand they can do whatever the fuck they want with these characters that they have.
Yeah.
And yeah, they mixing some stuff from comic books, yes, but is Sony also doing their own thing entirely? Yes. As Aunt May has never died, and some of the shit that has happened and what Spider-Man 2 could be revealed. Because if you beat the game, you go through the credits at the end of Spider-Man, right? Yeah. It shows a scene where Harry's dad is walking up to Harry in this big fucking tube.
Yeah.
And there's a black slime in this tube as well.
Oh.
And if you watch the Spider-Man 2 trailer, Venom appears.
Really?
And my theory behind this is Harry is Venom. That has also never happened in the comic books. Harry has never had the symbiote. And I think he does. On top of that, in the trailer, the voice that is talking the entire time isn't even Venom. It sounds nothing like Harry. It sounds like Kraven. Do you know much about Kraven?
No, I actually don't.
Kraven is the hunter. He's appeared in numerous cartoons. He's even appeared in a couple of games, for Toby's games, the original Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. And
he does appear for a very short storyline. Kraven is one of those people who's never actually appeared in a movie. Really? Kraven has never appeared in a movie. Mysterio hasn't appeared until recently in Far From Home either. And Kraven always gives Spider-Man a run for his money.
Does he?
It's always hard to track him in all the cartoons and even in the comic books. It's always hard for Spider-Man to track this guy because he's a hunter. He knows how to closest tracks as he walks away. And now there's Venom mixed in with this. I feel like Venom's about to give Spider-Man a run for his money. Not to mention, at the end of the trailer, it shows the Spider-Man black suit emblem.
Really?
As Spider-Man one of the Spider-Man, it's either going to be Miles or it's going to be Peter. One of them's going to end up with the symbiote, if not both. Oh. What's even crazier is with the release of Let There Be Carnage, the Venom movie, what if Carnage appears? Because it's pretty hard to top the Sinister Six. In the Spider-Man game, the Sinister Six was the villains you face.
Yes, I played the Spider-Man
So
game.
how would you top the Sinister Six? That's the biggest iconic thing Spider-Man's ever done.
Was fight
So the only way they can match the intensity
is Carnage.
Carnage would be the only thing I could see that would match it, because Carnage creates zombie-like creatures. When it attaches itself to a body it has killed, it becomes animate.
Yeah.
It starts attacking.
Yeah.
And they could do this in several ways, as Venom has helped Peter defeat Carnage before.
Actually, Venom and Spider-Man were forced to team up because Carnage is said to be more than both Venom at his full power and Spider-Man at his full power combined. They were forced to team up.
Because otherwise, it was just going to get worse.
Yeah. Because Carnage, even if the tiniest piece of Carnage survives, he can recreate himself.
That's how Venom worked too. And if we're about to go symbiote related, Kraven is kind of mixed in there. I'm kind of curious to know who else is going to be there, because you didn't even know the Sinister. You were given hints that the Sinister Six was indeed in prison.
Yeah.
Throughout the game after you captured Kingpin.
Yeah.
It kind of shows some of them.
Yeah.
And you really don't know you're about to face these guys until it's too late. Like, forward into the game. There might be way more villains in this game than Sinister that game did.
Really?
And so far we only have 2 confirmed. And if you've played the Spider-Man games, you already know Harry more than likely has the symbiote, as the symbiote is floating inside the chamber with him.
Yeah. I don't remember that. Was that in the DLC?
No.
Or was that
was
the
at the
game?
very end of their base game. If you after the credits roll, it plays an end scene. And that's the end scene.
Because what I remember is whenever I played the base game after the credits, was it after the credits? What I remembered last seeing was Miles.
That was before the credits rolled.
That was before. I didn't see after the credits thing. I thought what I was seeing was after the credits. But
what a lot of people tend to do when playing video games, because this is the first time a Marvel game has done it, like any game has really done after credit scenes before. And I'm guessing players didn't really expect there to be an after credit scene.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would see credits and then go, I'm done, I'm out, and close the game.
Well, what I try to do is I try to
just skipping
forward.
Or they just end up skipping it all. I actually sat there and waited for the credits to roll. I've done this with every game because you never know, right?
Yeah.
And it played the scene where Harry's dad walks in, and throughout the game, Harry's father's talking about trying to cure Harry. Harry's also absent the entire game, but there's little clues to where Harry may have gone.
Yeah.
And he sits there lying about what Harry's done, and when Mary Jane is infiltrating, he sees Harry and a medical bed. People assume Harry is off in Europe, but that medical bed proves he was never in Europe to begin with.
He's sick.
He was very sick. And that leaves a lot of speculation for what this trailer can mean. The 2 confirmed voices so far is Venom and Kraven. And it sounds like they're both working together on top of that.
Oh shit, Spider-Man's gonna have his hands full.
Yes. Thankfully, there's 2 Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And Gwen also hasn't
Spider-Man?
even made an appearance yet. Mary Jane has made an appearance, but Black Cat also. In one of the DLCs, I won't spoil too much as some people haven't even played them, but in the DLC, Black Cat meets a very interesting end. And it's pretty fucked up. But you know how in the main game you follow around her little clues and Black Cat, you still don't catch her?
Yeah.
Well,
and you just get a suit.
yeah, it's a really badass suit. It's also my favorite suit.
Really?
Yeah, I enjoy that black and red suit. It's awesome looking.
Yeah.
I play through all the DLCs too, and I'll just have I'll create suits just for the powers, and then put the power on my suit.
Yeah. That's what I did.
As far as I always do.
I got the electrical suit, and I combined it with I combined that power with another suit. I forget which one I did.
Yeah. But those 2 games I'm really anticipating, as Insomniac has did a great job. We actually have a release zone for the Spider-Man 2 game, and it's going to be early 2023.
Really?
PS5 exclusive. Both Wolverine and Spider-Man 2's PS5 exclusives.
Shit. I was hoping to get Wolverine on my Xbox.
Oh no, Insomniac is owned by Sony.
Damn.
So that wouldn't happen. Your best bet is hoping a Spider-Man game does appear on PC, and that would probably be your best bet. As Sony slowly started getting on the PC boat with that robotic game. Yeah. What it's called. Atlas is also doing it now a little bit too with Persona 4 Golden and Catherine. Oh, then Strikers, they completely skipped Persona 5 and that pissed people off. But yeah, they're doing it with a couple of games. That robotic game just came out of sequels. People behind Killzone that made the game. I can't remember what it's called. The Sony's Days Gone is also on Steam now too. That's another Sony exclusive. Yes. Sony is slowly putting their stuff on PC through Steam, but they're not going to that point. part of me thinks it's because it wasn't selling too good here, so they're putting it here. It also allows for more modding options. Yes. I've seen some of the Days Gone options, and there's one called Hell Mode, and the game's already hard enough. All it did was make everything just pure. What the fuck is wrong with me right now? Like masochist shit. Like you have to love killing yourself thousands of times to beat one mission.
Yeah. It sounds really
because the hordes can have up to 80 fucking zombies chasing you, and they don't stop fucking chasing you unless you go way ahead of them on your motorcycle. Like it's freaking insane. Pretty good game though overall. Days Gone's another good one you should go look at, and overall that covers this review video. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this review as a whole. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. We do plan on doing more videos like this in the future. He is also staying my editor.
Yes, I
right now he's helming a Call of Duty and the Dead by Daylight series, taking a little bit of load off of me because I work now. So on top of that, he may end up doing Persona. Probably part 3 is going to be he's going to take over for that one. And then,
that one's up in the air at the moment. I have to see a little bit of Persona before we get into that. And as you've clearly seen, the videos are going to get a lot more interesting.
And then Sayako no Satuka will also be continuing on this channel very soon. He's going to be helming that one.
Yes, I will.
And I'm going to try my best to recreate the Yandere series to the best of my ability, as I'm noticing people are watching because they're getting stuck.
Really?
Yeah, they're using me as a basis for almost, not a tutorial, but like how to approach these 5 missions because people are getting stuck and they are needing help. I've had a couple of comments appear saying it helped me through this mission because I would get stuck. You also had that one cocky motherfucker who was like, yeah, this one was totally hard, yeah. People get stuck, bro.
Yeah.
But, I will try to remake that series to the best of my ability. It's going to take some time, as I'm going to try to have a better mic system, because it was hard to hear me at all through any of those videos, because it sounded like there was a freaking blowhorn of air just across the mic the entire time.
Yeah.
So I'll do my best for that one, and that's my update. As of right now, I'm currently just trying to wait for my PS5 to come in.
Yeah.
When I get my PS5, I'm going to be playing Danganronpa in my spare time, and that might end up becoming a series once one of these ends. The Last of Us also is going to remake an appearance, as people have been asking constantly for it to continue, because I left everyone on a cliffhanger. And they apparently don't like cliffhangers too much. So I'm getting asked to finish that one. So that one's going to come back sooner or later too. But DGM versus Keegan #2 will also be remaking an appearance at some point.
Yeah.
Also, some collabs with him on DVD might come back too, as there was a couple of people who enjoyed that Eat My Pizza episode.
Really?
Yeah. They thought it was hilarious.
Well,
to that degree. They apparently thought it was hilarious because I was running around Eat My Pizza and you just heard yourself screaming in laughter.
Yeah.
Not to mention the amount of pallets I slammed on that one killer's face was horrible. I think 13 or 14 pallets.
I was just dying laughing while trying to repair the generator.
I was trying to eat my damn pizza and he wouldn't get off of my ass, so I slammed every pallet I could in his face. I'd wait, and he just... He never learned, and then when you thought he learned, he'd be like, he's not gonna stay with the boom. And at some point he said, fuck this, turned around and left. Anytime he saw me, he would... Whoop.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing it anymore.
Well, we could do collabs, but maybe if there are other multiplayer games, cross-platform games we could play out there, until I either get a PlayStation, which I'm thinking about getting a PlayStation sometime in the future, so we can play a lot more. But if there's some other games that they'd like to see us play a 1v1 with.
Well, COD's doing better and better every time it comes up, and that's a good one that we could do. It'd be great to have someone else with Outbreak. Outbreak ain't that bad. And last time I did a collab with Psychedelic when it came to Call of Duty, it didn't do well at all. I don't know if it was just because it was split screen or what, but it
probably
didn't
because
do
it
well.
was just Psychedelic.
But stay tuned, as DGM Tour is still going to make an appearance. It's not gonna. Nothing we're doing is canceling that series, as DGM Tour every time another one goes live, it's more views coming in.
Really?
So people are starting to enjoy it more and more as it gets more interesting. As I build the universe that's creating DGM to work, it's getting more better. We have rivalries spawning in. Some were created by me, and then there's 3 now. I didn't even touch; they just happened. I had a lot of people ask why the hell I put Plague versus Randy Orton. Plague needed to make an appearance, and the fact that Randy Orton went down so fast is his fault. I'm sorry, but it is. He sucks. Move on. And also had someone ask why Dolph Ziggler got fired. He talked shit about how I was running my show. I said, okay, cool. If you can win a match against Slenderman, you can stay. He was done. He lost.
His ass was eaten.
Pretty much. So, no one complained about me. I gave him a shot. He failed. Not my problem.
Wasn't that the cage match that you decided to fire him with?
No, that was like a triple threat that I decided to fire him on, and he got his ass handed to him. It was terrible. He also appeared in the Minecraft pay-per-view. I didn't put it on my channel, but if you go on Psychedelic's channel, because he ended up posting Minecraft, it was a 3-on-1. We put Dolph Ziggler versus like 3 OP. It was like Doritos, Slenderman, and like, who was the other guy? I think it was like The Rock, and it was just game. Like he was gone. He almost pinned The Rock for a minute there, and we were like, oh, she's about to win, and then no, you saw Slenderman come back and just make him bleed. And that was it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to leave the WWE. I had a lot on my plate, so maybe I'll come around to it, you know. But as of right now, I've got some really important things to do.
Yeah,
before I can join WWE.
But if you like this video, hit that like button. We'll see more of us and his editing skills. Hardy hard. Hit that subscribe button. Comment if y'all have any more information or if y'all want to see certain games get reviewed on this channel as well. We are working on getting trailers being recorded for said video, and that's just looking hectic. So yeah, we will do our best to get that done, and
if not, we'll see what we can do about that.
Yeah, we'll do our best. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on the next video of your choosing you watch. Also check out Kegman and his gaming channel. He's going to start doing stuff for his channel too, hopefully.
Yes, I will try to start doing stuff very soon, but as of right now, I've just got my Xbox, because I'm not good at PC gaming.
Well, PC gaming is a good start, depending on what series you do.
Well, I'm probably gonna... I don't know. I got some games on my Xbox. I could
You can always just specialize in reviews, like we're doing now, and this can go up on both sides of things. So that'll work.
That could work.
Specialize in editing skill.
I mean, I could do Dark Alliance, because I do have Dark Alliance as of right now, which I think maybe the people might want to see us both play that.
Yeah, that'd be a good collab video. But for now, guys, we'll see you in the next one.
All right. See you all later.